Let's get started with our certification questionnaires review, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this is again geared towards your certification exam. Okay, so with this being said, this was created by yours truly, Mr. Sanchez. So each one is pretty much broken down by what you're expected to know and what the rules and guidelines are. So again, I will reiterate that. You have anywhere from 47 to 50 questions for your QuickBooks certification exam, okay? Your person that's actually going to be dealing with that is called Cert Report. We're not going through peer review. It's a completely different entity because it's Intuit. And then second thing is you have 50 minutes to take the exam. No breaks. I believe there's no breaks because it's only 50 minutes. Now, 1/3 of the exam is going to be actual navigation. Okay? And when we say like navigation, it means like literally you're going to have the screen look like this, right, with the QuickBooks interface, and you're going to click and drag your mouse to answer the question. So if it says how do you enter a bill, you're going to click and drag your mouse and be like, here, you can do it here by entering bills on your home page. And if it says try again, you're going to go to your vendors menu bar and you're going to click enter bills. And if that doesn't work, you're going to have to go to your vendor center, right? Click and drag. Maybe you can either go to new transactions and enter bill. You may have to actually click the vendor that you want. You can either right click and enter a bill, right? Enter bill, or you can go all the way down to manage transactions and enter bills that way. And then lastly, I don't know if it really comes down to the very last one. You have your bill tracker, right? And then you can go to manage transactions and enter bills that way. Now, I don't know if it's updated to the bill tracker and income tracker. That is definitely something that's new in QuickBooks as of 2018. I don't know if that's going to be widely asked, but it is good to know in case those options do not work. You have your last resort to just go to your bill tracker and come down here and enter your bills that way. Okay, so just remember, navigation questions can be answered either, right, on your first try or on your 7th try. Okay, so exploring all the options in order for you to successfully complete the task. So example right there was entering a bill. I showed you about six ways that you could do. Actually, I only showed you five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I only showed 6. I showed you 6 ways that you can enter a bill in through QuickBooks. Okay. Now, what the geometrics does, it actually is a reflectant. Oh, I don't want to say that. The questions are similar to the exam, but they're not going to be identical. Okay, they're going to be worded in a slightly different way. However, when you're doing the navigation, that portion is 100% accurate. So what I'm talking about that is when you do your practice exam, it's going to ask you the same thing. Click and drag to how to do your task. And you're going to do click, drag, hold, and then be like, okay, well, there's my first one, right? That one is going to be for sure the same for the practice exam and your actual certification exam. Okay. Now, we also had questions in regards to skipping the question. Yes, you can, but make sure you read carefully and make sure that you click the skip and skip for now. not just skip. Because if you skip, it's going to completely mark that answer wrong. Okay? So you want to make sure you do the skip for now. And then that way, when you reach the end of your certification exam, if you have enough extra time, you can go back to that question and complete the rest of the exam. All right. Now, let me forewarn you. The 2/3 of the exam is multiple choice. Now think about it. You have 50 minutes to complete roughly 50 questions. So that means you do not have time to sit there and ponder what answer is what. You need to know the answer, okay? So this is not trying to scare you or anything, but you need to walk into the exam fully confident and be able to click quick because, again, you're timed 50 minutes to complete 50 questions, and you cannot ponder too long on one question. Second thing is, I believe you need to score roughly 35 or maybe 36 questions out of 50. You need to, in order to pass the certification, you need a solid 70% to be completely certified. So that means you can miss anywhere from 15, maybe less than that, maybe 12 questions at most. Okay, depending on how many questions there are. If you have 47, then you can only miss 12. If you have full 50, you can only miss 15. Okay, so you need to score a 70% or higher to qualify as a passing the certification exam. All right, any questions in regards to just the exam itself? Okay. All right, let's dive right in. Okay, QuickBooks setup. All right, 6% of your exam, which is approximately 3 questions. So again, setup, this is chapter 12, right? Setting up your QuickBooks. So here we're going to start for a student needs to know what information is entered before they set up a QuickBooks file. Okay, so last time we've answered this question. It's on page 346, and it's going to be the 12 steps you need to take before setting up a QuickBooks file. So that includes having your business thought out and planned, setting up a start date, you know, those kind of things. All right. It's good to know. It's good to know that to have all 12 steps there, so then you know what to expect when you are dealing with setting up a QuickBooks file. Okay. What are the ways that you can set up a QuickBooks file? How do you start up?
Express.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Express start. It's
Uh-huh.
set up.
Okay. QuickBooks 2019 is advanced setup. You have something different in your book.
The easy step interview.
The easy step interview is an alternative word. It's an alternative word for what the actual setup is called.
Oh, okay. Is that the express start
Mm-hmm.
and the detailed start?
Detailed, correct. Those are the two ways that you can set up your yes. And then if we do the express setup, how can you, what is the express setup? Let me ask you that.
Express
It's
setup.
for advanced users,
Mm-hmm.
the very experienced people.
Mm-hmm. After you complete filling.
So once you get it set up, you can fill it in as you go.
Yes. And how do you fill it in as you go? How do you continue to set up your company profile after you've completed the interview?
I don't know. I don't recall talking about that. We mostly did the easy step interview.
Correct. But let's say I completed the easy step interview. What if I made a mistake, or what if I don't like the way I did something? Can I go back to my interview?
I don't think so. I think you have to go
Go where?
somewhere else.
Yes. Yes, you do have to go somewhere else.
The interview. I want to say that you can go to preferences
Where is preferences?
under list on the menu bar.
Not list,
Oh,
Under
okay.
view.
not view,
Oh, no, file. I'm sorry.
not file.
Oh, not file.
You missed every single one around it.
Oh, okay. Edit.
Edit,
Preferences. There.
preferences, yes.
Preferences.
Yes, and in order to, if you've gone through the easy step interview, right? You've gone through. If you want to make any changes, you can do that by going to your edit preferences. Yes. All right. So here, in case, I have my, what is it? Where's my reports? For example, for my reports, right? I selected that I'm doing cash basis. I can always come back here and be like, nope, never mind. I'm gonna do accrual basis. So here, cash or accrual basis.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If I have inventory items, right? So where's my items in inventory? Items in inventory. Let's say I don't incur inventory anymore. I can always switch it off right here.
Okay.
All right. So again, your easy step interview. Once you've finished it and completely gone through every single question, you can always go back and edit your company file through using the edit preference window. Where else can I also edit my easy step interview? There's one more menu that we need to explore.
Menu. Okay. How about under company?
Under company, yes. Here, this is where you can set up your users and passwords. This is where you can set up your closing date. This is where you can set up a lot of things, right? So don't forget, edit preferences allows you to modify things in regards to the easy step interview, right? If you sell something, you can toggle your sales tax there. If you have inventory, you can toggle it there. What company on the menu bar does is it sets up your users, your passwords, your start date, your end date, things like that, right? More things that are contribute to securing your actual preferences, right? Securing your actual company file. Okay, so you need to utilize both to completely successfully complete to revise or re-edit your easy step interview. So yeah, Express again is you're just gonna set it up, just set up the basics. So having just the basic information on your business, right? Just creating the company file the way it is. And then with that, because for more experienced users, they may not need to go through the easy step. They can just be like, well, I sell this, I have that. Boom. They can do it through the edit preferences. However, for the detailed startup, it is for those who are beginners that don't know what is entailing when they're setting up their company. So these are basically, they ask you basic questions and it's either you answer yes or no. And it builds a generic company file for you. Okay? Good. All right, so how to keep the lists and preferences from an old file when removing old transactions. We talked about this. This was the last thing that we learned in chapter 13. How do we keep our lists, our people, but erasing,
Question about voiding
not voiding.
voiding and deleting.
Yes, okay, deleting transactions. Yes, it's under that. Yes.
Let me see, what did we do? Andrea, what did we do there?
Yeah, we.
It was just yesterday.
This was just yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
13.
no.
Yeah, yeah, just 1 second.
It's in that paragraph somewhere.
Yes, it's under deleting transactions, but keeping lists.
Yes.
It's like at the tip of my.
Yeah, wasn't that was one of our questions too, wasn't it? I think.
Change the transaction.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so something to do with as of the date of the as of the closing date has to do with it.
No. That's to lock your files away.
You can, what is it, zero out the debits and credits?
It's definitely after that. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you, well, I mean,
I remember that was from our.
Lee is in the correct section. It's under deleting transactions.
Oh, okay. All right. Deleting all transactions. Okay.
Deleting or removing all transactions, but keeping your lists intact.
Oh, okay. You may make these changes using the QuickBooks condensed data.
There you go. Good job,
Okay,
Andrea.
where did you see that? I'm like reading that whole paragraph all over again.
Oh,
I still don't see it.
It's the very first line under delete transactions.
I think it's the second or third sentence down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm on page 398 where it
Oh, yeah,
says
no, this is 401. Yeah.
deleting, so I'm on the wrong. Okay.
Okay, so you're able to spot it?
Yeah, I'm on page 400 now.
Okay, so yes, page 402 is the correct page number for it. Underneath the subsection where it says actually delete all transactions, it says in order to delete all the transactions, you can do that while keeping your lists, your the contacts of the people that you have, right? All your items lists are going to stay intact. All your account names are going to stay in contact. All of those are all going to be there. All you're deleting is the actual transaction that has happened. Now, I gave you two scenarios on why you would do this, right? One, you messed up your book so bad that you need to start over, but you don't want to spend the time building a brand new company file and having to re-enter all the information such as your customers, your vendors, your employees, and all your items and all your accounts, right? That is one scenario that you can use that for. Second scenario is when you're actually closing out your books, yes, you can use it to close out your books to start a brand new period if you like, a brand new accounting period. That way, instead of cluttering your company file with all these transactions, you can smush them, which is called condense, right? You're going to condense them, pack them away, and you're going to save it somewhere on your desktop. So those transactions, you can always pull them up later on. Or if you have a company backup, you can do that as well. All right. This one is just, yes, again, it's on page 402, and it's called condensed data. Yes.
Okay, so you go to file from the menu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Menu bar. And then utilities should come under that.
Yes, correct. So file, utilities, and then
Data. Okay.
condensed
Yeah, there it is.
data.
Okay.
Yes. All right. All right, good. All right, so the next question is going to ask you how to customize the homepage. This was on your exam. How do you customize your homepage?
You go to, is it view? I'm sorry, I need to see the home page. Okay, you go to file. No,
Fi-
edit. I'm sorry, edit.
Edit.
Edit. Yeah.
Where? Oh,
Nothing's showing. No, the screen keeps changing. Oh, I'm not on yours. Okay, let me do this. Oh, yeah, the screen isn't showing at all.
okay, make sure you go onto mine and click on my name.
Yeah, I just did that.
It should be showing.
Oh, now I got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so you're going to, okay, it's not edit, it's file. Go into file, and then it should be preferences. Oh, it's not on there.
Okay, so Andrea, you were the right the first time. You go to edit.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't see it. Oh, preferences. There it is.
Good. Edit preferences is how you can is how you can customize your home page, right? We've already looked at this one before. If I decide, so right now on my home page, I currently have this little inventory thing right here, right? If I were to go to inventory and items right here, and I select for my company file that I do not have inventory, and I click OK, and I click yes or yeah, okay, I go back to my home page, it's disappeared.
It's gone, right.
So yes, that is one way, and then the other way is through the easy step interview. Good.
The interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the next one is how to set. Oh. All right, how to set up your lists. So this includes your customers list, your vendors list, your items list.
Okay.
Okay, how do you set that up?
You go to list on the home page, on the menu bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you go to list, for
Item,
item list,
item
items.
list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you go to the bottom where it says items, click items,
Mm-hmm.
and then new.
Good. That's how you set up a item in your items list. What about setting up a customer? How do you set them up?
Okay, you go to customers icon at the top on the
Oh. Okay. Well, I got to the center anyways.
yeah, this is center part. And then you click new should be up here somewhere. Right click.
Yeah,
Right
you
click
can.
on
Yes, you
customer.
can right click and you can do new customer, or yes,
Or
you can at the top. Mm-hmm. New
either
customer.
way. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Okay.
That one's easy.
Yeah.
All right. Um. Okay. Do you guys understand which names needs to be on which lists?
Which names?
Yes. So, for example, right? What does my list items list contain?
Oh, can I go to the list?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm gonna go to it right now. What does my items list contain? What kind of items do I have on here?
You got your studio sessions. You got
Yeah, whatever you're selling, the service or
Good,
product.
good. You got service. You got your inventory parts. What else is on here?
fees, restoring,
Charges,
charges. Yeah. Isn't it
Taxes.
taxes or?
taxes. Good. So yes. So what this question is asking is you need to know exactly where to be able to put items in here. Now I have a question for you. I'm trying to deal with payroll. Can I put my payroll item in here?
No,
No. Why not?
it has nothing to do with tracking your products or
Right.
or
Those are
service.
right. Those are employees, so that's a totally different list.
Wow. Okay, good. Andrea touched upon another good point. What list does this belong under?
This list is part of your
Payroll or employees.
Okay, Lee, you got it right. It is your payroll list. Now let me see if I have it here. Do I have my payroll list? That's view payroll items list. Yes. So so yes, you guys are on the right line, working together. Great. So your items list is only going to entail these categories, right? You got service, inventory part, non-inventory part, other charges, subtotals, discounts. You have your sales tax and you have your sales tax group or group items, right? That is, again, read that in chapter 7 when we're dealing with customizing your items because there are exactly, I can't remember if I did this right. Let me see. Let me go ahead and create a new item, and I'll for surely confirm how many items you can choose. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have a total of 9 different types of items that can categorize here under the items list. Okay. So again, yes, if you want to do a payroll, it's on a separate list right here on payroll items list. You have your class lists. All right. So for whatever reasons that you are, for whatever categories that you want to use for class, right? It doesn't have to be based on location. It could be anything. You have those proper lists, and you have your price level list, right? You have your bunch of lists that you can use.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Next section is going to be, all right, that was section 1. All right, now we're going to go into QuickBooks utilities and general product knowledge. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, a student should know, okay, number 1, how to navigate the home, how to navigate or move around QuickBooks, okay? So there are 3 different ways that we can enter in a transaction, or in this case, navigate through QuickBooks. And what are those 3 interface ways to navigate through QuickBooks?
Yeah, the homepage,
Home page,
Bar,
menu
and
bar,
icon bar.
and icon bar. Yes, there's only those 3 ways, right? Pretty much that's the only 3 ways you can even access anything, right? The menu bar gives you a full list of every single transaction that is in QuickBooks. Every single one. Your icon bar, you do need to customize it. Now, oftentimes, that's what you can do is for your icon bar is it will take you to the most general place. Like for example, you customers, it's going to take you straight to the customer's center, right? So that is another way that you can utilize the icon bar. And again, because we can customize the home page, not everything here is going to be listed here. All right, you have your inventory. Well, you don't have inventory anymore, but see under banking, you have write a checks here. You have enter credit card transactions, and you have your check register. Now, if I go into banking under my QuickBooks, I have way more than what is displayed.
Right.
Okay.
Deposits, reconciliations, everything.
You have more detail in the menu bar and more transactions that you can do versus your home page. Your home page only displays, more usable features or features that are commonly used all the time. Okay, where the menu bar can give you a little more advanced or a little more things that maybe you didn't think of doing or that you can do, right? It's a list of every single transaction that you can do in regards to QuickBooks. Okay, good. Now the next question here is how to back up and restore a data file.
Okay. Do file. Go to file.
Mm-hmm.
And go to restore.
Yes, you can either open or restore.
Oh, okay, open restore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, hold on. Let's go there first. So if I were to do this, right, what pops up?
open restore company.
Restore a backup copy
Mm-hmm.
or restore a, yeah.
Perfect. You have three options to
Open a
choose.
file.
Either a current file, a backup file, or a portable file.
Right.
And I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. All right. How do you back up a file?
Well, I thought it was
Oh, that
in
was
there.
what I thought that's what we were just looking at.
No, we're looking at how to open one.
Oh, okay.
Now my question is, how do you back it up? How do you how do you create a backup file?
Okay, I guess you go back into the file.
Right,
Go
okay.
back into oh, let me see, open or restore file.
That's to open it. Now I'm asking you to create one.
Oh, no.
Okay, it
Okay.
says there, create copy.
Create copy. Well,
You're not creating a copy of the file.
Yeah, that's not what we're doing.
no.
Okay,
Let me see. Create copies, close company, new company. Oh, yeah, we're
no.
create.
All right, Andrea, I want you to go back to create a copy and what's right above it.
Backup company.
Backup company.
Okay. And what does it
Oh,
say?
okay. I thought
Oh.
that was
Restore
okay.
creating. Right.
No, we're not restoring.
We're creating, so it's create local.
Yeah, create a local backup, meaning it's going to be on your somewhere on your computer.
Right.
Okay. How do I create a portable file?
You go right back. Oh, for creating a portable file. Okay. Go back up. Previous. Well, right back create.
How do you create a portable file?
Well, we're in the wrong. Maybe it's not file.
Nope, we're in the right section.
We're in the right section.
Are we sending the company file to?
Are we sending
No.
a company file? What do you see?
Yeah,
Portable
portable
file.
company
Oh.
file.
Yes.
Okay.
Portable.
Yes. So, in a sense, why do we want to have a portable file? Because it is easier to send it either via email, via text even. You can send a portable file with ease, okay? Now, remember when I told you guys, this is a while back, this was chapter 1. A regular QuickBooks file is massive. And when I say massive, because of the amount of items a file can hold. So in this case with the new 2018, I mean for me at least, the new 2019, I can hold up to 14,500 thousand items.
Wow.
14,500 names and items. Now, can you explain to me when I create a company file and if I can have 14,500 items and names in there, you can imagine how heavy my file can be. It's because it's holding so much and storing so much information. You can expect that kind of file to be really big. Now in 2018, since you guys are in 2018, unfortunately, your guys' is actually is different. 14,500 is how much your 2018 Premiere can hold. And for the Pro, just because it's just 1 year difference, and you know, with technology these days, they expanded and allow more things. So in 2019, my Premiere can hold about to 1 million.
Wow.
In 2018, it can only hold 14,500. So make sure that you guys boil down on that. It is going to be in your first chapter, Introduction to QuickBooks, and it will let you know how many names each 2018 edition can hold. All right. Now, in this case, yes. So imagine this. Now, when we're trying to condense and shrink up or compress our files, this is exactly why the portable file is used, because it's just literally, crushing it together and making it so condensed that it's making it really small. And that's why every time you open up a portable file, it's going to ask you to save it somewhere. And when you're going to save it and it does that little bar thing, it's actually opening it up. It's like a package, right? You're trying to stuff it all in together with the peanut packaging things, right? Only to open it up to be such an expansive thing. So like that. Perfect example, okay? So that is the difference between those types of things. And that's how you create a portable file. Good. Now, next question is, how do you determine the release number and how to update QuickBooks?
What is it?
F2, yeah.
F2 is the correct answer. Here we have exactly what our program is, or what the product number is. It gives you the exact date that you have installed it. So I almost installed this 1 year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, it says September 19. Now on your computer, it's going to give you the most recent one. And it also gives you the number of releases over here. I believe it is number of releases. Where are you? Number of releases. Oh, okay. So mine is going to be release 1P. All right. It's because ever since I've downloaded this program, I have never updated it ever since.
Oh, okay,
So
it's just,
for mine, it's only the first release. Okay? All right. And it lets me know that this license is only for me and me only. One user. Okay? All right. Gives you the product number. So don't steal my products, please. Thank you. But yes, there you go. This is how we can be able to see our product license, product number, it even boils down to how many items I have in this. So here, I have a total of 69 accounts with the total number of names is 43. So 14,500 is just the bare minimum, right? We barely touched upon 43 names. Okay. All right, how do you update your QuickBooks? How do you get the newest and greatest release?
let's see. Oh, you would, wait a minute. Let's see. Would you go to the products? Probably.
Would you go back to the F2? Is it on there?
Yeah, maybe.
F2. Is there an update now? Is that what you're asking for?
Okay, is there update? Yeah, I'm see if there no, there isn't.
No, there is not.
It's just information only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no function available on that.
All right. I'm gonna give you guys a little hint here. What? Okay, let's look at the menu bar. What on there do you know most commonly do not use at all?
Help.
Help.
Ah,
Yeah.
You go to help. What do you see here?
there we go. Okay, features,
New
update,
content.
update QuickBooks.
Update QuickBooks is right here. Update the license. Look, check out the new products. What else can you do here? You can even look at subscriptions and stuff. Cool. You can even look at the what's the difference between the Pro and upgrading to the Premier on my account at least. Right? You can even ask the accountant. You can even look what is about this update, right?
Automatic updates. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, yes, this is where you would be able to do that. And this is also where you can get technical support too, for in case something's wrong with your QuickBooks, something's not right. You can also use this to basically report that this specific product, right? Because you're opening it up, it's going to pull the information and it's going to take it directly to Intuit or QuickBooks.com and take you straight to support. So you can get support, technical support. Now, again, one thing I didn't show you guys is the minute you open up QuickBooks, the first thing it's going to ask you, it's going to give you a message saying, "Hey, QuickBooks has a new release. Would you like to update now or update later?" I always press update later because I got to teach class. I don't know how long the update's going to take. So for that kind of reasons, that's why I told you I'm still on my first release. Never updated ever since. So just letting you know, FYI, every time you open up the program, you can also update your QuickBooks right then and there.
I do have a question. If you do decide to update it, does that dramatically change what you have on your
It depends on what it is. Like for example, if you're not an avid QuickBook user, so you're not going to be able to know the difference. Now, if you're the kind of person that uses every single transaction, ins and outs, or whatever it is, and you find something that's wrong with the program, and you report that, that is where QuickBooks is going. The QuickBooks team is going to investigate what that issue or that bug is, or some that feature's not working for that reason. They create a patch or a release. That's what the release is, right? Technical terms. So what that does is when you download it, that means whatever function that you had a problem or issue with would be fixed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for example, I could say like, oh, my 2019, I can't access my QuickBooks 2020 whatever, right? I can't access that, right? And then they're gonna fix that button for you. Or for example, like I can't open my calendar. For some reason, I can't open my calendar on my homepage. They're gonna investigate that bug, and then now once they have the release, you update your QuickBooks and you'd be able to access it. So that's about it. It's just like minor details. Now, obviously, QuickBooks comes out every year, okay? And every year it's always a better program, right? But every year there's also things. It just basically shortens up your, you know, I guess how do you describe it? It basically QuickBooks. The whole point of QuickBooks is to just keep continuously making accounting a lot easier. Okay, it makes it easier to enter in the data, and it also makes it easier to, facilitate, right? Making shortcuts shorter. So for this case, when we are looking into those updated versions or those kind of releases, right? That is pretty much you're going to have problems because again, new product, it's not fully tested, or right, the way they find out these things is by testing it through users that use it frequently to report to them what kind of bugs there are in the system. Okay, so that is pretty much it. If you're not an avid user, you would not see the difference.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so what else is there? how to use QuickBooks in single user and multi-user mode.
Okay. Go
I
to
think you
file.
go to. Oh, I thought. Okay.
Okay. You okay?
No, I was going to say company, but.
Yeah, you go to file, I believe it is.
Okay, good. So Andrea's correct on that one.
And then you go right down
Okay.
to, should say, you have to
Switch to multi-user mode.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Okay. So
Lee,
file. Yes.
you are half correct because company is how you set up your users.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
It's related, but I'm wrong.
Yes. So in this case, we are looking into in order to set up the multi-user thing, you need to set it up because again, if you are the person that's creating the company file, therefore you're going to be admin. And as admin, you need to be able to set up those users. And when you toggle to use multi-users, meaning you're going to allow a bunch of people have access to this file at the same time. Okay? That's what you're toggling in. But in order to do that, you need to set it up first.
Okay.
Okay.
But the question refers to after you set up.
Correct. How do you switch? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, how to switch from it. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Next question is what editions of QuickBooks are available and how to find out which one you have,
Oh, is that what we just did?
which one they are.
Yeah.
Well,
You
this is also asking you basically what are the different product lines? What are the 5 different types of QuickBooks products that you can have access to?
Oh, the Pro,
Pro,
Premier,
Premier.
oh shoot, what's the other ones?
There's
Pro,
online.
There's online.
online, yeah. Um, Pro Premier online.
How many is that?
Accountant, there's accountant.
Accountant, good. That's 4.
Uh-huh.
Enterprise.
Enterprise
And
Solutions, okay.
enterprise solutions, right.
Enterprise Solutions is 2018 terms. 2019 is just called Enterprise. Okay. So yes, that's correct. Now, where can you find that information? Pretty straightforward. You can either click QuickBooks.com, right? You can either go to help menu bar to find out those kind of information. But yes, and in order to know what product that you are currently in, it's pretty straightforward. F2, boom. I am currently using QuickBooks 2019 Pro. Okay. So that's how to figure out what you are. But in this case, it's asking you what are the different types of products that are available, and how do you see that you are. So yes. Okay. Next question is going to be how to password protect QuickBooks.
Let's see.
I thought I saw it under company.
It is under company. Good.
Okay. Uh, yeah, and then it had set up users and passwords.
Correct. Right. Now it's going to give you a couple options. Either you want to set up the users, create your password, or change your password. Right? So here you can change it. Now remember, if you change it and you forget it, unfortunately, you cannot change it again. You're locked out for QuickBooks. You have to call into it to grant you access to change the password. Okay? So you want to be very careful every time you change your password or create a password. You want to make sure that you write it down somewhere secure, obviously, but making sure that you have the password at all times. Okay, yes, and that's how you create your password. Okay. Other thing is how and why to use preferences.
Ah. Well, to use them because,
To organize further.
right,
Okay, or okay.
and
It's under lists. It's under edit.
Um. Okay, so it's a pretty generic question. What is the purpose of using edit preferences?
But to make it uh, easier for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, to make it, that's
To make it easier for yourself to enter transactions, and you can either choose to either do it for your own personal settings or for the company, right? If it makes it easier for you to enter your bills by using your homepage, then you better have it on your homepage. Okay? Yes, so that is the purpose of using edit preferences, is to make it easier to organize and also to just make it easier to use. Okay? The way that you want it. Okay? Next one is going to be lists and list management. Okay, so we're gonna go over this and then take a quick break. Okay, so here we're gonna ask. A student should know how to manage lists. Okay, so you're dealing with your customers, vendors, items, and etc. List management, how to either add them, delete them, remove them, inactivate them. So this is pretty straightforward. You guys should know that already. How to add them. We already looked at that in customizing your thing. Of course, you can edit them by either using the pencil icon or just by clicking on them. You can edit them at any time. Now the question is, how do you merge your entries? Okay, so for example, how do you merge an item?
you go.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say you go to your items,
Okay.
items list. You
Actually, not items. Let's do accounts, for example. I think that's a better way of looking at things if we went through the accounts, the chart of accounts.
yeah, you should have accounts.
Okay. How do you merge accounts together?
Okay,
Select the account that you want to get rid of,
Okay.
and then type in the exact account that you want to keep or merge to,
Uh-huh.
and then it should be combined. It should be merged.
Good. I was going to give an example, but that's perfect. That's exactly what you have to do. You need to select the one that you do not want anymore, the one that you want to remove, replace, get rid of. You're going to edit it. Make sure you edit it to exactly what the title is asking. So account number if you are using it, the exact title that you're using it, and you should be able to click OK. It's going to give you an error message saying, hold up, you have an exact account with the same exact detail. Would you like to merge these two accounts? And you're going to select yes. And that's how you do it. Okay. Okay, good. Next one. Okay, can you ever delete an account?
No.
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 Unless.
Oh gosh, we talked about that yesterday.
Unless you're not, unless you've never used it.
Unless you never used it, then yes, you can go ahead and delete it.
That's right. That's right.
But if for any reason you did use that account number or that account, what can you do if you don't use it anymore?
You can. Let's see. What is it called? You can make it inactive. How do you do it inactive?
Yes, you do make it inactive.
Oh, okay. I knew it was something about inactivity.
Yes, yes. For example, I no longer use sales discounts because I'm just that person. I don't use sales discounts. I can either right click it and click and choose to make it inactive. Where is it? Make make account inactive.
Yes.
Okay. Um, and same thing. You can do that for your excuse me, wrong thing. So if I were to go to a customer, let's say
Mm-hmm.
I have a customer that I haven't seen in over 5 years, right? Let's say Bob Mason. Oh no, let's do Bob Mason. Where are you, Bob Mason? Here. If I haven't seen him for over 5 years, I can also inactivate him. There's two ways I can do that. I can either come here and select that he is inactive.
All right.
Okay. So what that does is I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
What that does is he's still on your list,
Mm-hmm.
but he's going to be grayed out or be hidden, right? So in the other case, in this list over here, in the items list, it actually disappears from your list.
Okay.
Okay, but you have a little box at the bottom that allows you to show inactive items.
Oh, I
Okay.
didn't notice
Yes,
that.
and then you can always reactivate them if they ever do come back.
Okay.
Okay, good. Let's see what else is next. Um, wait, hold on. Oh, I guess that's it for that one, list management. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a break and we'll come back to finish off the rest. So right now it's exactly 2:55. I'm gonna go ahead and pause this real quick or stop this.